Hey there, just finished watching the pilot to the new CW television drama based in the Archie Comics universe, Riverdale. Show ended, give or take about 4 minutes or so ago as I'm recording this. Why am I reviewing this? Well, it is a comic property. It did kind of pique my interest a little bit as to what was going to happen. Also, since I'm not doing the Agent Carter review show anymore, there's a big gaping hole in my schedule, and so I'm gotta try to find something to fill that void every once in a while here. So you're going to be seeing a lot of these little reviews coming out in the next few weeks or so. Anyway, Riverdale itself, like I said, set in the Archie universe. There's this big arcing mystery involving the Blossom twins, Cheryl and Jason. Yes, I know these are characters from the comics, so we don't need to go too far into them. Let's see, who plays Cheryl Blossom? Madeline Pesch. I'm winging that pronunciation. Didn't catch the actor who plays Jason. He's only in like a little bit. The big spoilers. He mysteriously disappeared over the summer. He and Cheryl went out on a rowboat. Something happened. Only Cheryl was left there. She said Jason fell into the water. They never found a body. I will say this. Plus side, in the opening montage over Riverdale, they pan to a comic shop, and it's MLJ Comics, which, for those of you who might not be aware, MLJ was the original name of the publisher of Archie Comics. It will later become Archie Comics. Anyway, like I said, that's sort of the main arc. Also, then we flash forward a few months later. Veronica Lodge and her mother, Hermione Lodge, arrive in town. Veronica is played by Camila Mendez. And her father, she's supposed to be wealthy, but her father was arrested, and I don't think they said, they just said he was arrested. I don't know what it was for exactly. Probably some white-collar crime. The family's disgraced. Her parents split up, and they're moving back to her mother's hometown of Riverdale. In Riverdale, Betty has been waiting. Archie has been gone for basically the whole summer, working on his father's construction business, construction-wise. Obviously, Betty is the unrequited love interest that he never, or nothing ever came of. They were just really good friends, but she's obviously pining for more. She's ready to make the move when Veronica shows up and upsets things. There's also another point I'll get to just then. But anyway, Archie comes back and he's kind of in a different mood. He now wants to get into being a singer-songwriter, and that briefly leads him into an interaction with Josie and the Pussycats, who the previous year had won a Battle of the Bands. Josie and the Pussycats are now all African-American. I don't mind that so much. I mean, as long as they can do something interesting with that. Let me see. Also, there's another bit of history with Betty as well. Betty is played by Lily Reinhardt. Betty's older sister dated Jason Blossom. Basically, we're initially led to believe that Jason somehow did not treat her well. This caused Polly, Betty's sister, to suffer a nervous breakdown, but according to Betty, it was actually more that her mother didn't approve of the relationship and was constantly trying to dissuade her and control her, and now she's trying to control Betty. Even Betty is now on medication for something. I don't know exactly what, if it's a depressant or what. Betty's mother is named Alice Cooper and is played by Sherry the waitress from Twin Peaks, who was the real killer of Laura Palmer. I don't know what's this demonic Bob thing. Everyone knows on Saturday Night Live, Colin McLaughlin said they'd shot it as Sherry the waitress. Anyway, Archie is played by KJ Apa, and the sort of revelation is he had something of a romantic encounter with Miss Grundy, which, yeah, if you're familiar with Archie comics, Miss Grundy is a, old lady. Looks like this. except now she is a much younger actress played by Sarah Habel. And yes, apparently they had a romantic encounter, so they really want you to have this image in your head. There. Anyway, there's a lot of kind of typical early teen romance stuff. There's a dance for the back to school. There's an after party, at which point 7 Minutes in Heaven is played. Veronica and Archie get into the closet, or this bottle's. I didn't play 7 Minutes in Heaven in high school. I'm sorry. Basically, Betty winds up seeing Veronica and Archie kissing and snaps and runs off. Archie chases after them and goes to Pop's Diner, where he bumps into Jughead, who apparently was a friend, and they've grown apart. Jughead is played by Cole Sprouse, probably the most decorated of the teenage character cast. Cole Sprouse, you might know him best as Cody from the 2 Sweet Life shows. He was one of the he was in Big Daddy with Adam Sandler. He and his twin brother Dylan Sprouse were the boy that both played the same character in Big Daddy. And of course, he was Ross's son on Friends, with another role he shared with his brother Dylan. Anyway, also Kevin Kelly, who is, I can't remember when he exactly was added to the cast in the Archie comics, but he is a character who is openly gay, and he's openly gay on this show, short of actually having an actual sexual encounter with a male human being. I mean, he's very stereotypical in the gayness. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, but yeah, again, I like it a little bit more when they tend to act like normal people and not, he's just as fashion obsessed as Veronica, and he needs to know all the gossip because he's the gay best friend. Anyway, Archie goes after Betty. He bumps into Jughead at Pop's Diner, and the big revelation is Jughead has actually been sort of writing a novel about the events that have been going on. Now, I don't know how plugged in he is to everything, but exactly the way he's writing it, it's like he knows what's happened. He kind of knows what's happened at the party. He knows what happens at this. So I wonder where they're going with that exactly. But the other big stinger at the end is Jason's body is discovered, and there's a bullet wound to the forehead. Now, here's the thing. It's like, this is supposed to be in kind of September-ish. Jason is supposed to have died over the 4th of July weekend. I don't know how much of the body would be left after, a good 2 months worth of decomposition, even in a river. Anyway, so, I mean, there's like a lot of given in there. I'll say this on the plus side. Most of the cast is pretty good. Archie's a little wooden. I don't think he was given much to deal with here. Definitely the more interesting is in the supporting cast around Archie. I will say this, Luke Perry is Archie's father, and he's actually pretty good in it, but Luke Perry's actually a pretty decent actor. I mean, when I was a kid, he was on 90210, and he was always he was the big heartthrob guy, but, he did some things, he did a few other things that I did like. Obviously, he was in the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie. And he's really good in this. I'm not so sure about Betty's mother. I don't like the overly controlling mothers. It's just like, at some point, a kid is going to rebel and fight back. Overall, I think I'll just sum up the show overall at this point. I'm getting a little repetitive here. Like I said, overall, I wouldn't say this is a must-watch every week. I'd say probably DVR at best. Be prepared. This is a teen drama on the CW. If that is never really floated your boat, Yeah, you're probably not going to like this. Like I said, there's a lot of CW-ness to this. Uh, Other than that, though, like I said, it's not bad. I'm not going to bag on it too terribly much. Like, I wouldn't say it's a must-watch every week. The pilot episode, I'd say I'd give it a C, just because it seemed there was a lot going on in this too. Like, we needed to hammer home the Grundy Archie thing. We needed to hammer home the Betty's unrequited love, Betty's sister, Cheryl Blossom being the queen bee, Veronica's past, Archie's parents have split up. His mother will be appearing in a later episode as and she's being played by Molly Ringwald. Also, I know Josie and the Pussycats, Josie in particular, is going to be a major recurring character in this. Don't know. It just seemed to be either more that they're just going to be showing up to sing songs. They did have a brief interaction with Archie because he is angling to. His direction is a little bit that he's angling now to want to be a singer-songwriter. And yeah. They basically show up and Josie's kind of shoots him down and says, look, you know, we won this battle of the bands. We're not just going to take any unsolicited music. We need to prove something, blah, 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 blah. Could be interesting, but again, I guess maybe the main crux is going to be the what exactly happened between Cheryl and Jason. Did Cheryl shoot him? There is another point to the Grundy Archie thing, which is apparently they were having an encounter near the river where Cheryl and Jason were not really sailing, but on the rowboat. They heard what they thought was a gunshot, and whether or not they found anything, I don't. Whether obviously they didn't find anything because it's not just Jason's body isn't discovered until the end of the episode, and it's Kevin Keller and Moose because they were going to go out for some sort of fun encounter in the river, and Kevin trips over Jason's body. Anyway, I guess overall I'd probably give the episode a C if I haven't said that already. So, obviously this weekend's the Royal Rumble. There might be another review out. I don't know if it'll be before this or after the Rumble and the NXT TakeOver show. See you all next time.